Good morning, it's the Yorkshire Trekker, and today it's a little bit of a bonus video, bonus walk for you. Normally I do my walks on a weekend, but I managed to snag a day off from work for a week. Got up and I thought, why not? Let's do a walk. So what I've done is, I've gone through my little walking book and I found an ideal little walk. It's 5 miles and it's in Hebdon Bridge near Halifax in West Yorkshire. And it's called Hardcastle Crags. So if you're not familiar with what a crag is, well, I'll tell you. It's a cliff edge or a rugged rock face. So there's going to be some nice points of interest to see, lots of riverside shots, obviously the crags, and there's also Gibson Mill, which is it's a restored mill, and there's a chance there for a cup of tea. I think there's a little cafe inside it. There's also, at that mill, there's also some stepping stones across the river, if you're brave enough to walk across them. So we're about to start, and basically start at the National Trust car park. It is a pay and display car park, but at the moment it's out of use. So for us, it's free. Anyway, let's crack on. Basically you come straight across from car park, just slightly up the hill a bit, then you turn left, brings you to a track. It's signposted with a red marker, and this first part of the walk will take us to Gibson Mill. It's about a mile from the car park. Well, I don't know what that was. It looked like an heron or some kind of egret, but it were on a boulder in the middle of the river. And looking over, and at first I thought, oh, it must be like a wooden statue or something, because it just didn't seem to move. But then I noticed it moving. I'm like, oh God, it is. It's actually real. But it's kind of strange because I just didn't expect to see it like that, and that's like 5 minutes into the walk. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought it'd be in like a wooded area. I'd thought that kind of bird would be on lakes or like Fairbanks and St Aidan's. Yeah, that was ace, that. Nice little surprise to start this walk. Now, as you can see, the path is really icy. Now I've come down to riverside. Obviously the last few days the weather's been quite bad with a lot of snow, and obviously it's fallen over this way towards Halifax. Most of it's melted, but the paths are really quite icy, so a bit of care to be taken. So already the first part of this walk's got us climbing up a bit of a ruggedy hillside. There's no particular steps, just rocks. So yeah, already it's quite hard going. Well, it's quite exciting. Temperature wise, it's quite cold today. It was showing 1 degree in car. Quite a bit of fog up motorway here, and it's kind of stayed down this area as a fog, although up on the hillside it's forecast a little bit of rain later on, but we should probably don't walk by then anyway. So we've got waterproofs, nice and layered up. first part of the walk is you're up a little bit of an hillside, running alongside this river. But what's happened now is we've just come down quite a steepish path really, especially in these icy conditions, and we're now running right alongside the river, so it's getting a little bit more interesting. And I don't think we're too far away now from Gibson Mill. So along this riverside, it is quite rocky and quite perilous, but it's absolutely beautiful. Just the sound at river, as I said in the last video, you can't beat sound of a rushing river. It's just full of little boulders and rocks. They're creating these like mini rapids, and it's lovely to see. They're lovely to watch. I could sit here for hours watching them, but I haven't got time to do that. Yeah, so far this walk already, I ain't even got to Gibson Mill yet, but it's fantastic. As I mentioned earlier, there's these stepping stones that cross the river. I'm going to have a go. Hopefully I won't fall in on camera. Quite tricky actually, because you're looking down at stones and water's running through, and it kind of makes you feel a bit dizzy. But I've made it. So I'm still on this track leading to Gibson Mill. I thought I'd have reached it by now, and it seems to be taking forever to get there. But somebody passed me, and I did ask just to make sure I'd not wandered off track. But it says yeah, it's about half a mile down here, so still on track to Gibson Mill. Path's eased off a little bit now. I've just got to Gibson Mill. Just sat down at a picnic bench and just had a quick cup of coffee before I carry on. Now this is the start. This is the old route. This is the start. And I've come along here, and all I've got to really is Gibson Mill. And like I said, it seemed to take forever to get there. But I am there now. And as you can see, quite a long way to go yet. But even just this bit, it's been a fantastic walk so far. Lovely riverside walk. So this behind me is Gibson Mill. It's a beautifully restored old cotton mill, and it's unique in the United Kingdom in that it's completely self-sufficient and it's not run off the national grid. In fact, the toilets over the riverside, all the waste goes into a worm pool. I'll leave that to your imagination what happens, but yeah, so and it's nestled obviously along riverside. This bridge just here is what we're going to need to be crossing, and then we carry on the walk on the opposite side of this river. So leaving Gibson Mill, you just come up alongside this pond here. It's frozen over at the minute, not fake, but it has warmed up a little bit since we first started this morning, but can't see my breath now, so it's warming up for that. So just around Gibson Mill there's quite a few little waterfalls, and they really are quite spectacular. So earlier when I mentioned what crags are, that's what these are, crags. The rocky cliff face or rock face. So still running alongside the river, obviously the opposite side of it, because we crossed that bridge at Gibson Mill. But it's a fantastic walk around here, it's beautiful. And at every twist and turn, there's always something to see, a little waterfall there. And there's just waterfalls all along the crags, just cascading down. Really is beautiful around here. So far, I've managed to follow the book's instructions, and right on cue there's a little brick building here and a third wooden footbridge, exactly where the book's saying. So far so good. So now coming up a steep hillside. It's quite hard actually to get up it. There's no steps or note to it. It's just, as you can see, leaves, branches, tree roots and stuff. But this is the way it says to go, so I'm hoping this isn't turning into another lost part at walk. But I'll keep going up and see where it takes us. So after that arduous slog up that hillside, came along that brick wall right at the top, and it was really steep downside. Again, another one of them moments where one wrong move and it's all the way down to the bottom you go. But climbed up this hillside now. Behind me there's like some kind of, looks like a stately home of some kind. But I think we've got to run alongside that. And I think now we're coming away from woodland and stream. I think there's a bit of fields to cross now, so what I've done is I've took a slight detour from the map because I come to the point where there were two tracks, and the book says to take the higher track. There was a farmer on a quad, and he was stood at the gate, and I just says to him, "Oh, am I all right to go for a way?" He says, "You are." He says, "We've got the cows out and calves." He says, "Just be careful because the cows can be a bit aggressive." So I thought, well, I'm not sure I want to really take that chance, not with cows. So I decided to come down the lower track, which is basically just the road back to the car park. So it's not really taking anything away from the walk. It's just a quicker way back because it's still nice, still got some nice views over at valleys. Basically I'm running parallel with the river that I walked alongside earlier, so it's still a nice walk. It's coming through woodland. It is actually starting to spit a rain now, so in a way it's a good thing really, because it were all moorland from that gate where the farmer was. If it gets any heavier, it could have been quite a wet walk, especially return legged journey. So I've just passed Gibson's Mill on the return back to the car park, and I stopped there, just had a coffee. Now if you're wondering where footage of food and drink and grenade bar is, well, we've been a short notice walk. I come a little bit unprepared, so I didn't have any soup and I didn't have a grenade bar that I haven't tried already, so I'm afraid you're not going to get that footage today. But anyway, I'm back on track now, back to the car park. And although I could have gone down and done the riverside walk back to the car park, it was quite hard going, so I thought I might as well just follow the road back. So I just got back to the car, and I know I cut the walk a little bit shorter than what the book actually said, but that were only because of what that farmer said, so it spooked me out a little bit. So, but even so, I took the bit more of a road than a track. It's the road, it's the access road to the farm buildings where that farmer was, and to Gibson Mill. But it was still a nice walk down back to the car park. I'm definitely going to have to come back in summer and do this walk, so I bet it's even more beautiful than it has been today. But the return journey, there wasn't much to see anyway. It was just woodland either side. But the first part of it, obviously alongside the river, they were really nice. There's just loads and loads of waterfalls, so they're really nice to see, really nice to listen to as well. Like I say, I was a little bit unprepared for this walk. It was a last minute decision, so I didn't have any soup and didn't have a grenade bar. But you know, I hope you still enjoyed it, especially the scenery. And I've filmed it all on my new camera, so hopefully the quality should be fantastic. So yeah, that was a quick bonus walk. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, subscribe and share. And until next time, see you later.